Welcome to day 5 of our 16 Days to End Domestic Abuse campaign. Join Queens, Elevate, End Domestic Abuse. This year, we launched on the 25th of November, marking the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Over these 16 days, we're addressing key themes to empower women and break the cycle of abuse. Today, we continue our focus on skills building. Empowerment begins when we break the silence, and skills are the tools that help us to do so. To guide us on this journey, we're thrilled to introduce Mr. Tanza Shanasi, a trainee clinical psychologist. Tanza has prepared a special message for individuals to help them recognize their power, seek support, and heal. Let's hear from him now.
Hey guys, my name is Tanza and I am a trainee clinical psychologist. And before I start, I just want to say a big thank you to UYG for starting this campaign, creating awareness around domestic abuse. Shout out to you guys for doing this. Alright, so I really want to talk to those that are actually suffering from domestic abuse at this specific time. If you're watching this and you feel sort of confused, hurt, you're questioning things, you're questioning your self-worth because someone who you love claims that you have no worth, I want you to know that you're not alone. A lot of people experience this. What you're experiencing is real, and I think that's important for you to know. And as a clinical psychologist, I've sat with many people that have experienced domestic violence, domestic abuse, whether it's emotional or psychological, and I know how much it can affect your self-esteem. This is an opportunity to be able to reclaim your power. So I think it's quite common for you to have probably been told that you're too sensitive, or maybe even that you're imagining things. Perhaps you stopped speaking up because it might feel that it's safer to actually just be quiet and not say anything at all. Maybe you come from a culture, a religion that has strong family values, and for you to be able to walk away or speak up about some of the difficulties that you're experiencing can be extremely embarrassing, stigmatizing against you, where you feel like you're going to be judged if you walk out of these situations. Again, I want you to know that that's normal. You're not alone. It's really important that in these types of situations that you develop a form of assertiveness. Now, this is something that a lot of psychologists teach and work with people in these situations. Now, although these situations are really difficult to be in and it can be really hard to speak up, so look, recognizing manipulation. It's easy for a partner to basically try and tell you that your reality is not real, that you're making things up, that you're creating false memories. This is very normal in a situation where you're probably being gaslighted. Now, in order for you to maybe manage that, is create a diary of these instances of these scenarios and situations where you feel like you're being abused, whether it be emotionally or psychologically, and keep track of what is happening. That way, when your partner is trying to use those memories against you, you actually have a record of evidence of what has actually happened. Try to describe what actually happened in fact, and also reflect back to how you felt as well in terms of your emotions. Now, to do this is not to try and prove anything. It's not because you're trying to use it against anyone or to try and prove it, but it's simply just so that you can know that this is your current reality and this is actually what you've been going through. Now, it's really important to find support. It's very important for you to find support in the sense that when we're going through domestic abuse, one of the first things that you will find is that you probably end up withdrawing, and you withdraw from friends, family, and a lot of that might be connected to some of the guilt and shame that you might be experiencing, which again is very normal. It's very normal for the abuser to make you feel like you're the problem and that everyone else around you is just against us. But try to think of someone that you can trust, a close family member, a close friend, maybe even your therapist, and try to express that you need help in simple ways. It could be something simple as just saying, I'm struggling, or I need to talk to somebody. And don't forget that there are a number of 24/7 hotlines that you can call in order to get support if you need to talk to someone anonymously. Now, you might feel that your story is not valid and that it doesn't have purpose, but your experience is very valuable. And if you share it, you'll probably find that there are more people going through what you're going through. The more that you talk about it and open up about it, that will allow you to start the healing process. Now, I want to talk to also the men out there. Men also go through domestic abuse as well, whether that be physical, emotional, financial, any form of abuse, men can experience this as well. And I can tell you what, I've seen it more often than not. I've had many cases where an individual has been love bombed, or they've been manipulated into having less control over their finances, or they have been extremely controlled over where they are and what they do and where they go. And in some cases, I have experienced and seen men where they have been physically abused. It's very common in those situations for men to feel that they need to be strong or they need to man up. We often refer to toxic masculinity, but we also have to remember that there is also toxic femininity as well. This is often used against men in relationship situations to manipulate them and to use them. I just want you guys to know, talking to the men, that you also have a voice, that these techniques also can apply to you, but also that you should also speak up. Break the stigma. Help people know that what you've gone through and the experiences that you've had, you can also heal from them. And not only that, once you speak up, more men will also speak up. If you take nothing else from this video, just remember, it's not your fault and it's never too late to reach out for help. And remember, join Queens Elevate and end domestic abuse. Let's go. Just a big thank you for the campaign. Join the campaign, end the abuse.
As Tanza highlighted, reclaiming your power starts with recognizing abuse. Abuse isn't always physical. It can take many forms, including emotional, financial, and digital. A safety plan is essential for navigating difficult situations. It's about knowing your options and being prepared to act when the time comes. Therapy can also provide tools to process trauma and rebuild self-esteem. It is a critical step in moving beyond the pain and towards empowerment. No one should face abuse alone. Whether it's confiding in a trusted friend or joining a support group like those at UIG, reaching out is a powerful step forward. Sign up for our workshops and support groups today. Let's take this journey towards empowerment together. Email us at uigsocialenterprise@gmail.com. We will be back tomorrow with another message. Join Queens, Elevate, end domestic abuse.